You got it. Accountable masculinity. You got it.
Okay. All right. The all of this conversation just describes how children get produced out of single mother homes with half the software. And so it looks like you operate, you're basing relationships off of characteristics, and you're looking at the outward appearance and thinking just because they are a male or a female that they automatically know what they're supposed to do. You have to be trained.
Mm-hmm.
The even the Bible said, train a child up in the way that they shall go, right? And no matter how you feel about religion, that even back then it was important enough to say that children need to be trained. We know dogs need to be trained. We know anything that we protect has to be trained and disciplined. You know what I'm saying? So if you're raised in a different type of structure that lacks discipline, you're gonna see that echo out in the rest of your life as an adult. So like earlier, you guys mentioned the men that have the men and the women that have identity crisis, right? Well, you can look at a sample size of people that's locked up. Look at all of the guys that's locked up. Do you think they come from 2-parent homes mostly or single-parent homes?
No,
Because the gays and the gangsters are the only ones in the Black community getting raised underneath the same roof. You don't look in a trailer park and see a cousin meth head with his sister, and you know what I'm saying, in a dyke brother or whatever you want to call him. That mixture. This is about sexual discipline ultimately, because if it can create life, it can create chaos. Single mothers are usually from a long line of other single mothers. You don't have like 2 parents, and even when you take one piece and move it here and there, it changes the DNA change. You put a stepfather in the mix, you got a behavioral issue in there somewhere. Do you mix in some alcohol, some drugs, and you start looking at which household model format produces people that come from those environments the most. And then you'll start seeing why people don't trust each other, because they start getting mixed in. You can see it in the kids. You can see how kids are fighting each other. The girls are in crazy competition with each other over the worst men. These women will make a baby with the wrong man before they make a sandwich for the right one. And then blame the man that they chose. And everything it comes back to is that the woman has to allow the man to enter her. So unless men are running around here over sexually crazed and then creating babies through rape and any other type of sexual if their sexual integrity is in question, then we will be having a different conversation. But these children are being brought to the world through consent and competition and unhealthy mindsets. Poor sexual discipline is at the root of everything, And then when you got poor sexual discipline, it's closely tied to poor emotional discipline. When you see the type of women that are single and the behavior, all we got to do is see a woman's behavior and how she has a conversation. We automatically know you don't want that box. You know what I'm saying? That's a rotten soul. That is a demon. And truthfully, the only men that women should pay attention to are men that get respect from each other, because respect is the foundation for a healthy relationship in general. Because with respect, you got discipline involved. If there's no respect, there's not going to be any discipline, because everything's transactional at that point.
Add to something you said, if I can.
Go ahead.
Sexual discipline, in my opinion, is the onus, I would say, is mostly on the women, in my opinion, just my opinion. Because my body, my choice. I make the choice to who I want to let enter my body. It's my body. I could say yes, I could say no. And like you mentioned, if it's not great and you consent to it, whether it's Pookie, Ray Ray, John, Cooley, and whoever, you consent to it. So I feel I believe that the onus is on the women, because if women were to change that and start being more disciplined with their bodies, we wouldn't have as many single mothers as we have out here. It would change the dynamic. The control that I think women, or not the control, but the empowerment that women say they have, it would be more utilized if they discipline, have more discipline with their bodies. Because if you don't consent to allowing Pookie, Ray Ray, whoever else to enter your body and just don't use no protection, whatever, knock you up, it's not necessary. Now it takes two now, but I think you are the ultimate say. If you say no to him, he gonna have to go somewhere else and try to get it.
Yep.
If every woman decides, you know what, I'm gonna be more disciplined with my body. I'm gonna wait till marriage before I allow a man to enter. I'm gonna demand respect, and I'm gonna demand, you know, a relationship or whatever, you know, a commitment before I just give you my body because you fine and you cute and I want to do it.
Y'all the life, y'all the living amusement park, respectfully, not in a disrespectful way. It's like when you go to amusement park or roller coasters, you got to be this high to get in this ride, or you got to be this high to get in this ride. So it's for with women, you got to have these characteristics, you got to have these standards, you got to be this caliber of a man, you got to be righteous in order to get inside of this ride.
But
And when women establish that, then the order comes back, because they're going to put what men need to be in order to get inside you. Like, the woman is supposed to be our greatest protector. Y'all are supposed to be the religion behind this more so than anything else. Y'all religion, when you can't knock a woman off her square, that's what makes better men. But if we can knock you off your square and then you're using smacks to weaponize it against men, do it for resources and attention and not for families and for us to be together, then when women are running the world with smacks, we're going to be in this order. But if the men are running the world